Hi everyone. So yes, as fun as rage is as a drug in my system, you do need to calm down every once in a while, and be a little more level-headed. I was angry because, well, obviously my first review kind of tricked me. I've heard bad things about John Carpenter, of course. A lot of people have, but there's also still a wide collection of really good movies by the man. Even though it's early November, I do feel, however, that I do owe you something of a good, happy movie. Something still worthy of the Halloween spirit that a lot of us still lingered on until Thanksgiving hits. And after Thanksgiving hits, that tends to be the alarm clock not only for turkey, but also for the Christmas season. Lord knows how I'm going to get through that. However, I think I have at least one more good movie for us to go through. And by good, I mean very good. Who's interested in some Italian horror? So yes, Demon, a movie brought to us by one Dario Argento, a Italian director in his own right for some very good horror movies. We shall have to look up his library someday. Yes. But also he is the man who said that George Romero should continue doing the Dead series, which he did until the 80s and then stopped for some reason, then started up again. Land of the Dead was still good. I hear about the other ones. On my luck, I'll have to review him sometime too. But enough about Romero. Today's director is Lamberto Bava, another very good and popular Italian director who actually stopped doing movies because he wanted to continue doing real horror movies. But for some reason, the Italians wanted to make movies that were profitable for television. Meaning that the horror movies couldn't show gore and couldn't be horrific. Then what the fuck is the point of even making a horror movie? So yes, Mr. Bava continues to remain on hold until such a day that they actually allow horror movies to be horror movies in Italy. But until that point, let us see what he has in store for us with this movie. The movie starts off, innocently enough, on a train station with the theme music blaring. Kick-ass. Yes, so while on this bus we meet our first character, Cheryl. She will be leading us throughout most of this movie, and is definitely the main female character for us to be following. She catches a glimpse of a creepy guy with a half-masked face, has a minor little freak out because she can't see him anywhere on the train, and once she finally gets off said train at a train station in Berlin, yeah, that's something else that's kind of interesting to mention. This entire film for the actual location shots was filmed in Berlin. Before the fall of the wall, so yes, West Berlin. Apparently it didn't fall too long after this, I believe. A few years, thereabouts. But yes, Berlin, for an Italian movie. Whatever. Once she reaches her stop in Berlin, Cheryl is suddenly hearing the creepy guy walking about. She takes off running and... The assistant director! No, seriously, this is the assistant director for this movie, and apparently he was a very pleasant-looking fellow when not in the makeup. Can't win them all, can we? Cheryl gets an extra advertisement ticket for a free movie so that she can bring her friend who is waiting for her outside. They talk about it for a few moments, and finally decide, sure, why the hell not? Also, a small note, that word... Metropolo or whatever, that is apparently the Italian accent version of Metropolis. Ergo, the name of the theater in this movie is already a throwback to the German movie Metropolis. This, and the fact that there's some other cool looking posters like Nosferatu in the background, tends to make us believe that we are watching a good movie with a good sense of history in other movies. Bravo. But that aside, our main characters show up for the movie. We also meet our two main male characters, George, who will be Cheryl's romantic interest throughout the movie, and Ken, who will be Kathy's romantic interest throughout the movie after a certain point in the middle of watching the movie they've come to see here. And what movie have they come to see? Actually, even the director and the writers have never actually titled what this movie is that they're coming to see. Although it does mention demons, and also mentions Nostradamus and his apparent belief that demons would destroy our world. I'm thinking that this movie's making that entirely up, but hey, it makes for something interesting, and based in some real world. But yes, I myself am of the firm belief the movie they're watching is called Demons, or at least Demon, as it seems that this particular movie has only one demon-possessed man who continues to run about slashing people with a knife. So it sounds like the Halloween version of Demons. Could be worse. So the people come here flocking in because of the free tickets to see a movie, and continue to sit about watching said movie. Reactions are varied and different. The older man with his wife. So this older man here is actually getting really into the movie, while his wife is acting much like Matt's mother, who I might add watches gorier and more sadistic shit than even Matt or I have. Yes, she thinks there's something wrong with us. Seriously though, puppets compared to pulling out somebody's innards? Demonic possessed puppets. People's innards. If I wanted to see people's innards, I'd watch something like Demons! Ooh, yeah, so about that. The black woman here actually got scratched by a mask, which is also what a person in the movie puts on. The movie within the movie. Don't try to get confused. After seeing that the man also gets scratched around his face area and starts to bleed, she starts to bleed again. She heads to the bathroom when... yeah, that happens. Being gone for too long, the other, we could presume, prostitute also heads into the back and tries to find out what's going on with her. To which...
Are you okay?
Lady, I wouldn't be in there. You might want to look at that. Kinda deep. A little red coming down, and it's not matching with your outfit at all. Just saying. And not long after this, she manages to slip away from her friend being possessed by a demon. And, she herself starts to watch the movie, and she starts to freak out when this happens. To comment on what the director thought of this scene, he decided that it should be going to the point of almost becoming ridiculous. Extreme over the top, so you can never believe that this would actually happen. But it's still a glitch factor there. A bit. I think it is. The effect comes off rather well, despite the somewhat obvious F-points special effects. But hey, 1980 special effects. I can dig it. Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
But yes, back to the movie. So apparently, becoming a demon is spread by scratching, biting, or any lacerations caused by the demons themselves, it appears. Oh, and don't get splashed with their fluids. That seems to actually possibly be an explanation for the quest ending. But no spoilers. I have my own ideas on how that works. But I digress. The movie is a fantastic gore fest. The special effects, although rough and crude, are the big first for Italian horror movies, and to be honest, I don't think they ever really surpassed this too much. There's only a few movies that can reach the heights that Demons managed to make. The next movie in particular, I believe, in this trilogy, is also pretty high up on the awesome charts. The acting overall is pretty good, and the voice actors who dub into English are also very good and believable. There's only one flaw in this entire movie, and here it is for you folks. The lip syncing is horrible. This is another repeat of what Matt had to say about the Gamera trilogy, at least for the first movie, Gamera Guardian of the Universe. I will allow you good actors. I will allow you good voice actors. Although we wish for a little more lip sync, but in general, lip syncing is not a problem that deteriorates from movie. Except for one character in particular.
Everybody get away! Get out! What are you waiting for?
Yes, the stereotypical black man comes off quite ridiculous at points. Possibly the reason why a man who got that much screen time possibly also got offed early. At least he got offed with awesomeness. Overall, I would have to say that Demons overall is a worthwhile buy. It is only dubbed in English. I do not believe there's any subtitles for this. Not that I'm seeing here. But you can buy this from Anchor Bay, and Anchor Bay has a version out, this particular version at least, which has a running commentary from the writers and director. So a worthwhile checkout at the very least.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, the effects are pretty good. The acting is at least up to par. There is a few, revealing female shots. Revealing, that should be the word, revealing. Female shots throughout the movie. Nothing too long or too, over extreme, shall I say. Let me put it this way. No idiots are sitting around fucking. That should cover it. This is not Friday the 13th. This is a more action-packed movie. I might also add that one of my favorite scenes in the movie has to be the god-smackingly awesome scene of our main character running around on a motorbike. Yes, George, with a machete, running through the movie theater on a fucking motorbike. So, they call this Chekhov's gun, don't they, where they hint at something to be used later? I think this is officially George's machete and bike. And I give them massive fucking kudos, because even when I first saw this movie, I didn't think they would actually use anything aside from the mask just so they could introduce the mask. No, they completely toss the dummy off the bike, hop on the bike, take the machete from the dummy, and go about stabbing fucking demons. Oh, and it's also to some rocking ass too. Yes. Fucking awesome. That scene alone, just so you can see it in its entirety, you need to go get this fucking movie. Kick ass! Well, not sure what we're going to do next. I will have to decide. But until then, I will catch you all later.